Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Excellent jams, Wave.
Yo, Abla, yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Busel mu fine.
What?
Busel mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave acts in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Busel mu fine. Wave, your money is yours.
Well, we're joined now by Modou Ba, Modou Ba 1. Modou, you've described the Gambia as sick and in need of vitamin C. I'm quoting you verbatim, a powerful metaphor. Considering what's happening with the removal of the Auditor General and your renewed presidential aspirations, what do you think, is the first dose of medicine our country needs?
Yeah, thank you very much, Peter. Thank you for having me once again. It's always a pleasure to be here. Rabbi Israh li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Thank you very much once again for having me. As you rightly say, the solution is vitamin C. And when we say vitamin C, these are the solutions, the ideas, the policies that will come and consolidate what we need as a country. So at this right juncture, everybody knows that the country is sick. So, and then we are in the headlines for no reason, because what happens, we've all seen it, removing the Auditor General, who is there constitutionally. Removing him like that, I think is definitely uncalled for. And everybody has spoken. The elders of the country. You've heard of Honorable Halifa Saleh, his view. We've heard of other political parties. Everybody in the country, the Gambia Bar Association, everybody in this country is calling for rule of law, transparency, and good governance.
Okay. How would your administration ensure, independence of oversight bodies?
Yeah, we cannot go further without, asking for the demand or for the release of the youths who are currently under custody. Omar Saibo Toure, Omar Saibo Kamara, Aliuba, and others. They should be released. They should be released because they haven't done anything that warrant them to be.
They haven't done anything, and they're in custody.
To be arrested.
They must be arrested for something. What are you hearing?
Yeah, they've not been charged so far. So we cannot say they've done something. So already there's no charge levied on them. So they've been arrested.
What's their arrest connected with?
Yeah, their arrest is connected with the recent incidents. When they just said no, when they denounce the dictatorial manner that the current government is trying to reinstate in the country, and everybody is saying no in their own ways. So these are just young people who are patriots, who love this country. They are standing for everybody, and then we are behind them.
Again, how would your administration, you're hoping to run for president next year, if you ran and won, how would your administration ensure independence of our oversight institutions like the National Audit Office?
Peter, the laws are very clear. I think the 1997 Constitution is very clear on this. And then there should be an independence of the governance, the judiciary, the legislature.
Well, it's the same 1997 Constitution that is governing the administration of President Barrow. But we have seen him do this, and I'm asking, how would your administration ensure that what the 1997 Constitution says is what the administration does.
Yeah, here it's just a matter of just leaving it the way things are, and not intervening. Here, the problem is that, like the administration is intervening wrongly, whereas the institutions are already here. You just need to follow it. Okay. There's nothing new that you have to bring. You just have to accept. You just have to be, you just have to be correct. You just have to be somebody who is transparent. Because like if you don't have anything that you are hiding, then it wouldn't warrant for you to be interfering in justice or in the institutions or acting wrongly or acting against the constitution.
All right.
So you just have to be on the straight path.
Okay. You're here to talk about your 99 projects. Yeah. All right. Well, last year you announced your intention to run for president. Sorry, not last year. Last time, 2021. But you ended up supporting President Barrow. Why do you think now is the right time for you to run for president?
Yeah, just to conclude on what we were just saying, just to remind you one statement made by His Excellency President Adam Barrow in 2021, when he was the flag bearer of UDP, or the coalition flag bearer.
That was 2016?
2016, yes, 2016. Yeah. His first
2016
election in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the leader of the the leader of the pro-Gambia movement, the pro-Gambia movement was a civil society organization that was there during that time to promote peace and peaceful, free, fair elections in the 2016 elections. So we were meeting all the political leaders by that time, talking to them about peace and then how to have a free and fair election. So when we met him, what he said was that incumbency is a big problem in Africa. They are the ones who cause 90% of these problems. He said that. He said they run the country like an animal farm. They are the head of the police, the army, and everything. These were Barrow's statement in 2016. So his words, has caught up, has caught him up.
Has caught up with him.
Has caught up with him. So, meaning he has to, go back to those words when he was in 2016, to know the reason why the Gambian people brought him.
So how have those words caught up with him?
Yeah.
What is he doing that is going against those words?
So incumbency is the big problem in Africa.
So how is Barrow's incumbency a big problem for us here in the Gambia?
Yeah, he said he will be here for 3 years. Now he's, he wants to be here more than, he has been given 2 terms, and then he wants to be here more, and then, he's not, getting things rightly, he's overusing his power, So these are the problems of incumbencies in Africa.
Executive overreach, in other words.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I just want to remind him of this, and I believe if he listens to this, he will definitely remember and then know that we've been following him, for quite a long, and we've been engaging him. In fact, I and my team were the first, to engage him on a political discourse.
Okay. You haven't answered my last question. Yeah. Why do you think now is the right time for you to run for president?
Now. Because like my intention, my vision for the country has never changed, and it will never change. Okay, in 2021, I was the one who had the intention to run for president, but in 2026.
So what happened in 2021? Because you did not run in 2020.
Yes, I came with the initiative. In 2021, I came with the initiative with the intention. But in 2026, the Gambian people themselves want Modou to be candidate. So this is why, we are mobilizing people all over the country through the Afro movement, through our vision, to tell them what is not going right, and then to give them propositions. This is why we came up with some of our books, like the 433 attack, an eyewitness to freedom. So these are documents. These are documents that are really here, to tell the Gambian people where we are right now, where we came from, and then where we want to take them to. I think every serious politician, every serious candidate should bring policies to the Gambian people.
Okay. You're here to talk about your 99 projects. Is that the name of a document or actually 99 projects?
Yeah, the 99 points, or you can call them the vitamin C solution.
Oh, okay.
It is a...
Well, you send them to me as 99 projects.
Yeah, 99. But if you go through the...
So it's 99 points?
Yeah, 99 points.
Okay.
There are 99 points. Okay? So the 99 points, it is a simplified version of the book, which I released in 2021. That is the 433 attack. That is this book, 433 attack. And this 433 attack, these are policies of good governance and then of ideas, vision that we have for the country. So now they have been summarized into points because like many people don't read books, but the main ideas are here in the 433 attack. But now they've been summarized into 99 points, which we think, which are very necessary, which are very essential as far as our country is concerned, as far as the development of our country is concerned. So, but just to summarize it, we put it in such a way that each point will address something that is of importance to the country. But in general,
yes,
we may not have enough time to develop all these 99 points. In fact, we are even organizing a meeting. We are organizing a mega meeting in Banjul.
Mega meeting?
I mean a mega meeting on October 11, where we intend to, engage the journalists, the people, the public about it. But we can have at least treat some of the points, that we have about it.
Yeah. You wanna do that immediately?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for example, like the economy, we need to have an economy that is based on the three sectors of the economy, of the nomenclature of the economy. That is the primary sector, the secondary sector, and the tertiary sector. What I mean by this is we need to move on towards an economy whereby everything that we produce in this country, we make sure that we transform them. For example, like in agriculture, when you talk about the private sector, you're talking about the natural resources, you're talking about agriculture, you're talking about fishery. So those products, how to transform them, into finished goods. For example, like take the food sector, everything that we need in the country, everything that we consume, in the country, we make sure that we produce them here through transformation, and then we make sure that we create jobs for the youths, and the way to create jobs to the youths is by empowering them. So if you empower them through training, because like without training, they cannot have jobs. We have to train our youths. And this is why also in this project, we are proposing a compulsory military service.
Compulsory?
Compulsory military service to every citizens age 18 and above, whereby, the military, will even teach them skills, will teach them patriotism, will teach them...
When that happens, Martin will
Yeah, yeah. We
going to the military.
We will teach them everything. You know, they will be given stipend. You know, they will know they will be taught about, you know, patriotism. They will taught about. They will be instill. They'll instill discipline in them. You know, they'll be good citizens, because this is what other countries have done.
Countries
like Asian countries, China.
I thought you were going to say Senegal.
No.
Which is where you spend most of your time.
Yes, but Asian countries, you know, they did that. You know, like Korea, like Japan, etc. Even if you see them, you know, even in the field of sports, you see their citizens. You see how disciplined they are. Okay, so they even saw it in football. For example, like in the 2018 World Cup, you know, Senegal, you know, went head to head with Japan, you know, so Senegal was eliminated because of indiscipline in the field, meaning
they did not stick to instructions.
No, meaning the cards, you know,
the cautions,
the warnings, you know, the warnings. You know, I think they had one yellow card more than them.
True, yes.
You know, so that shows how disciplined, you know, those people are, even in sports. So this is the type of citizen that we need. So this is why Afro movement, it is called it is African Federalism and Republican Orientation.
Okay.
So we believe we have to orient the citizens. You know, we have to orient the people, you know, to avoid the mistake that Jammeh said in APRC, meaning patriotic reorientation. So before you reorient, you have to orient first. You know, there was no orientation. So then, you know, it is going to be a problem to reorient. So this is why we are bringing this reorientation philosophy, you know. So
reorientation or orientation?
So we are bringing this orientation philosophy, you know, so that, you know, our youths would be oriented towards national development. They'll be oriented towards training. They'll be oriented towards love for their country, etc.
Okay. Again, just going back to, you know, your leadership, what distinguishes your leadership vision with the current administration, for example?
Yeah, it's going to be vision, you know, like as a leader, you need to have a vision. You know, you need to have ideas, you need to come up with ideas.
Do you have a vision? Do you have ideas?
Yeah.
What are those ideas? What's that vision, you know, that are different from, you know, the current administration?
Yeah, like the current administration, you know, it is an administration without vision. You know, it is an administration that is here.
Oh, they have a vision.
Tackling.
They have an NDP. Isn't that their vision?
What is the NDP about? What is the NDP about? So nobody knows what the NDP is. It's just a saying, you know.
Say you haven't read it, but a lot of people know a lot about it.
Yeah, but how are they applying it? You know,
that's
on our day-to-day.
That's another question. They have a vision. So whether they apply it or not, you can't deny the fact that there is a vision.
A vision without application is no vision, Peter. So
okay, let's go back to the difference between yours and theirs.
Yeah, ours is you know, looking ahead. Okay, a vision that, you know, things in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 15, in the next 20 years, you know, that is part of the vision. So this is why
I could tell you a part of their vision. In the next 4 months at most, they want at least 90% of the whole country to be electrified, to have electricity.
You know, that is just...
Isn't that a vision?
That is just a saying. So these are things that people need to have, like electricity, water. These are things that people need to have as soon as possible. This is not something that we just even need to think of 4 or 5. It has to happen because we have the resources. You know, we have to manage our resources, you know, and then bring them. You know, they have projects. You know, that is it is easy, you know, to work on those projects because those are projects that have been financed. But now the issue, the difference is that how to manage how to stop corruption in this country, how to manage the resources that we have in the country, because we have a lot of resources. The Gambia, is a business country. Everybody is engaged in business. How effectively are we really making sure that, we collect the revenue the way that we are supposed to collect it without any leakage? How are we going to work to make sure that, our police on the traffic, the money that they ask for people that break the law, goes back to the coffers of the state? What are the mechanisms that we can do to make sure, we maximize, the way we collect our local resources? What vision do we have, to explore our natural resources, like the petrol and gas?
Do we have that?
Obviously, we
but
have
they say we don't have that.
Yeah, it shows their lack of vision. That I'm talking about. It shows their lack of vision. Barrow's vision is just limited in infrastructure, and infrastructure, not only infrastructure as a whole, but it is limited in road infrastructure.
Yeah, but road is good.
No, I mean it's limited in road infrastructure. Imagine a whole country that has to deal with fishery, that has to deal with agriculture, that has to deal with other different.
Maybe he's doing one thing at a time to ensure that he does it, very, very well.
Yeah, but
I mean, Jawara has been building roads. Barrow, Jamia has been building roads, but
Jawara was a builder. Jawara was the builder, the founder of the nation. He came. He brought all these institutions that are here in this country. Health. He made sure that there is.
He was bound to. He was the first.
Yeah,
he was bound to do something.
Yeah, but he had set up all this. And then when Jammeh also came, he made sure that he had expanded the education, in terms of infrastructure.
They're saying they have done more work than both Jawara and Jammeh combined in the area of education.
In the area, what work they've done?
Well, you hear Dr. Cisse all the time. Go on YouTube and listen to him.
No, I don't believe in what they are saying. They are just that's
okay,
just
you can choose not to believe.
But that's government propaganda. What did they achieve? What did they in terms of education? When Jammeh came, there were very few junior high schools in the country, but now there are countless of them. Within reach in each community. So that was Jammeh's realization. So in terms of education, my vision there is, we need to, shape it, according to the needs of our country. Like previously, we inherited this type of education from the colonialists, the education. So they are teaching us grammar. These are grammar schools. We have grammar schools in this country, grammar schools, whereby, we are just taught of grammar and a little bit of basic science, where they will be teaching us, the sun rises from the east and sets on the west. Okay. Which is even outdated.
Unfortunately, you have about 3 or 4 minutes left, because there's a feature that I can't push back even by 1 minute. You mentioned corruption a short while ago. Well, it definitely started with the Jawara regime, got amplified by the dictatorship of Jammeh, and now they say corruption is on steroids. If you get elected, how will you restore, or how do you plan to restore public trust among Gambians who feel disillusioned by, the seeming inability of all governments so far, to stop corruption or to rein in corruption?
Yeah, we have to, increase the salaries of civil servants first.
This government has done that.
No, in such a way that they will be able to cover their.
You will increase the country's debt stock.
No, increasing the salary only is not important. What is important is for you to.
Well, you started out by citing.
No, let me explain. Let me explain. Like, what I mean is that you have to give them a salary that will cover their monthly needs.
Where will you get that money from?
Where would you get with that? We have that here. We are mismanaging public funds. We have that. It's just lack of political will. But we can give each civil servant, for example, when the basic need of a civil servant is 20,000, you give them 20,000. When it is 30,000, you give them 30,000. That is first. Yeah, so which means you asking me what I want to do.
No, we don't.
I tell you that we have to first.
Where will you get the money to finance that?
No, the money is here.
Where is it? Where is it coming from? GRA?
Of course,
because we don't have factories. We are not selling anything to other countries.
Yeah, we have to bring those factories. We have to innovate ways, of collecting public funds. The resources are here. It's just mismanagement. A lot of money, Peter, are leaking. We have a lot of leakage in our money collection revenue. And then most of them are going into their own coffers. So this is what we have to change. When we change this, we put in laws whereby whoever, breaks the law, you punish them.
Okay, all right. And in 1 minute, what would you like to say finally? Because I've got to play the next report before, Comium comes in.
Yeah, for the government, to show transparency and have mercy on people, because people are sick and tired. Let them stop the mismanagement of public funds, and then let them release the youths who are under custody right now.
By the way, thank you very much, Lamin Cham. The police announced since the 15th of September that they have arrested 5 individuals, including Omar Saibo Kamara, Public Relations Officer of Gala, for unlawful assembly and common nuisance at the National Audit Office. And the 5 are Kemo Fati of Bakote, Aliuba of Brusubi, Mamadou Kamara of Jambanjeli, Omar Saibo, as we said, and Bakari Tamba. All right, so they've been charged with unlawful assembly at the National Audit Office. That's the charge.
Yeah.
All right. I just thought, because you said at the beginning, they've not been charged.
They've not been charged, but
that's the charge.
On unlawful assembly for what?
Yeah.
Every citizen has the right to, freedom of assembly.
You can dispute the charge, but they've been charged.
Freedom of movement and assembly.
Okay.
When you are not using a loudspeaker, you are not, doing a procession, you are not doing anything.
All right, Modou, thank you very much. That was Modou Ba, President of Afro Movement and aspiring candidate for next year's presidential elections.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, Abla, yo, luta do dede. Luta mënulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bësal mu fay.
What?
Bësal mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. Ak Wave. Bësal mu fine. Wave. Your money is yours.